What we have is a shooting investigation involving a trooper who attempted to stop a vehicle.
A DPS trooper sent to the hospital and a suspect to jail. We've got the latest on the shooting near I-10 in Greytown.
Plus,
who shot a man in the head, the unlikely place police found the victim, and how he's doing tonight.
and
A close call for a family of 5, how they narrowly escaped a relentless fire.
this is San Antonio's Fox News at 9.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Darian Trotter. First on Fox tonight, a scary scene as a DPS trooper trades gunshots with a man trying to get away during a traffic stop. It happened at I-10 and Greytown Road. Both the trooper and the suspect suffered gunshot wounds. They were airlifted to the hospital, and Fox San Antonio's David Caltabiano has been following the story since it happened. He's live at the scene with the latest. David.
Hey, Darian, yeah, this is the scene directly behind me. As you can see, it's still very active, much like it was earlier today where the shooting occurred. That's where you can see the lights and the loads of police officers. And we're told by DPS that the trooper pulled over the suspect in Guadalupe County for a traffic violation. The suspect then gave the trooper a fake name, so the trooper tried to put him under arrest. Well, the suspect fought the trooper, got back in his car, and the chase began. DPS says that the chase started westbound on I-10 before taking the chase on the opposite side of the road, I-10 eastbound. Another DPS trooper was able to stop the suspect's black Chrysler. Then the suspect exchanged gunfire with the trooper. The suspect and the trooper sustained gunshot wounds, and both of them airlifted to the hospital. There was a time during the chase where the suspect's car had to be located with a chopper.
It's a great resource. It allows us to actually get to the scene a lot faster than other troopers that may be in the local area.
And we ran a search on the license plate on the car involved in the shooting. Neighbors confirmed the black Chrysler 300 belongs to this home near Loop 410 and Ray Ellison. And I tried to call DPS just recently to check on the condition of both the trooper and the suspect, but I have not heard back from them yet, so their condition still remains unknown. Reporting in the far east side, I'm David Caltabiano, Fox News at 9.
All right, David, thanks. And police say a man refused to go to the hospital after being stabbed. It happened last night on South Cross near South W.W. White. The victim told police he didn't know why he was stabbed in the arm. Paramedics treated the victim at the scene. Police say he was intoxicated at the time. And a man is dead after an argument turned into a shooting. It happened around 3 this morning on Cripple Creek near Harry Wardsbach. The victim has been identified as 26-year-old Joshua Laura. Police say Laura was shot in the head, hand, and arm. He was taken to SAMC where he died. Charges against the shooter are now pending. And police are trying to learn more about a man shot in the head who wound up at a gas station. Investigators believe the shooting happened this morning at another location in Bexar County. Someone dropped the victim off at a gas station on Southton Road near I-37 around 2 a.m. At last check, the victim was at SAMC in critical condition. And 2 juveniles are back in custody after escaping from the Crier Juvenile Correctional Center. A spokeswoman for the center said the 2 escaped during an outing. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies assisted in finding those escapees. Arson investigators are looking into what caused a fire on the west side. It happened around 9:20 this morning on the porch of this home. 5 people were inside, but all managed to get out safely. Investigators say the fire may have been caused by some sort of an electrical issue. Flu season is only half over, and that's according to Texas Health and Human Services, but already blood banks are starting to run dry. The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is seeing fewer donors for many reasons, but flu has been the biggest challenge. Leaders with the center say for every 100 appointments made, only about 70 donors actually show up to give blood, citing the flu as the reason. And if the trend continues, there could be some serious consequences.
What would end up happening is some surgeries may have to be postponed for a further date. Luckily, we're not there yet.
The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center serves 43 counties in the state. The center is currently down to about a 2-day supply of blood. Leaders say it would take their daily goal of 400 donors per day to get things back to normal. A local chapter of a national organization is focused on giving back. Food Not Bombs San Antonio hosts a free market to people from all walks of life every Sunday at Nolan Road. It's an opportunity for people to get food they need and others drop off food they can spare.
Everything's free. There's no money involved at all. And that goes for the vegan food, and that goes for anything that people bring.
Food Not Bombs is always looking for help. For more information, visit our website, foxsanantonio.com. Students who escaped the deadly school shooting in Florida are now turning their anger into action. They're planning a March for Our Lives demonstration in Washington, D.C., March 24th. The high schoolers are calling out President Trump, Florida Governor Rick Scott, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, and others for their inaction. The president this weekend is blaming the FBI for failing to stop the 19-year-old mass killer who shot up a high school on Valentine's Day. And funerals were held today for 3 of the 17 killed at Stoneman Douglas High School. 35-year-old Scott Bagel was the cross-country coach and geography teacher. Friends of 14-year-old Jamie Guttenberg say they will remember her as the life of the party. And 14-year-old Alex Scatcher is being remembered as a sweetheart who loved playing the trombone in the marching band. The not-so-innovative way Facebook plans to verify U.S. citizenship for future political ads.
Plus,
how far will the U.S. Marshals go to get their fugitive, even if it means going across the world?
and
How teaching young boys how to care for pets is providing lifelong lessons.
And a deep layer of Gulf moisture has moved into the air, and that'll combine with a series of upper-level disturbances and multiple chances of rain. When will that occur? I'll let you know coming up.
And on Max Sports, Chuck joins us from West Palm Beach, Florida, where the Astros are starting spring training. Plus, former UTSA running back and current Cincinnati Bengal, Jarvion Williams joins us in studio to talk about his first season in the NFL. All of that and more right after Fox News at 9.
you're watching Fox News at 9.
Now to some breaking news on the northwest side of town, where we have learned that there may have been a shooting there. You can see that there are police and first responders. There is crime scene tape there. Here's what we know. We know that at least one person has been transported to University Hospital by paramedics. This all happening near Cinema Ridge and 410 near the Texas Roadhouse there. Two, maybe 3 people were shot, and police say a suspect is on the run. We will continue to follow this developing story, and we'll bring you the latest as we get it. Well, Facebook changed the way people communicate around the world, but now the social media giant is looking to a centuries-old innovation for the future of advertising. A Facebook director says the company will be sending postcards to anyone interested in buying political ads. The goal is to verify customers and to confirm they live in the United States. It's a new precaution after Russian agents purchased ads to sway the 2016 presidential election. The potential buyer would have to enter a code into Facebook to complete the transaction. All right, so get ready for some rain for the work week, huh?
Very warm today, 80 degrees all the way up there, and it's going to be warm tomorrow, but we're already watching our first disturbance. Some storms developing southwest of Del Rio. How will that affect our morning commute? I'll let you know after the break.
This is Fox News at 9. Marshall's Most Wanted, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds.
Welcome back. It was the first segment of its kind in San Antonio, a weekly segment dedicated to finding those who try to run from justice. And it's the men and women of the U.S. Marshal Service who follow the leads Fox San Antonio viewers call in. And as Yami Virheen is about to show us, deputies will follow their fugitive far beyond our borders.
They will go wherever the hunt for their fugitive takes them. They will follow Fox San Antonio viewers' leads on fugitives as far as other countries. Finding those who will try and hide from justice is their #1 job.
Take them down. Subjects in custody.
One of our primary missions is to track down and arrest fugitives that either within the city of San Antonio, fugitives that leave the state of Texas, and even fugitives that go into other countries.
For 7 years, Fox San Antonio has partnered up with the U.S. Marshal Service to find fugitives charged with all types of crimes, no matter where they may be hiding. In that time, you, the viewers, have not only helped find fugitives, but you have also helped to reunite families. U.S. Marshal Deputy Nick Rose worked on the John Paul Lacombe case after he was kidnapped by his father. His work helped his mother, bring 12-year-old Jean Paul back from France. Rose also has been able to find and bring back many sex offenders who go beyond the borders of the United States to hide.
We've gone all over. One of the furthest places that I've gone to and that we've gone to in this office is the Republic of Korea. They usually stay within the city of San Antonio or surrounding counties or even Mexico.
Like Michael Scott Eisenhower, a convicted sex offender who failed to register and skipped out of the U.S. for almost 10 years. Several viewers' tips helped to locate him in Mexico. With the help of the Mexican Federal Police and Commander Mansour, Eisenhower was brought back. And just last month, Deputy Rose located another sex offender who decided he did not want to follow the rules of his supervised release anymore. Chase Garcia disappeared from his parents' home in Stone Oak, and as Rose tells us, he was not going to make this easy, so he went halfway around the world to hide.
There is no tie to Serbia.
That's right. Chase Garcia, wanted for several years in San Antonio, went to Serbia, where he had no ties to hide out.
When he violated his probation, he knew he was going to go do prison time, and he obviously did not want to be arrested. So he decided to make it more difficult, and he said he went online and actually did research, and he researched various countries. I'm not sure how Serbia came up, but he did find out that the relations between the U.S. and Serbia were not as great as with the U.S. and, say, Mexico, Canada.
But as the saying goes, you can run, but you can't hide.
He thought that there was no extradition treaty with the United States and Serbia, and that he would be safe fleeing to Serbia.
After doing a lot of good old-fashioned police work, Rose found Garcia. The fugitive had found an apartment with the help of his church and worked as a masseuse until he could not afford the apartment anymore and went to rough it, living in the Serbian mountains. Bringing Garcia back to San Antonio would take deputies 24 hours and a flight from Serbia to Austria, Austria to Washington, D.C., and D.C. to San Antonio. Deputy Rose says it's all worth it, knowing the fact that more than 90% of sex offenders will offend again if not found.
There are stats that show that sex offenders have a higher rate of recidivism. Sex offenders are wired to be the way they are, and it's very hard for them to not be wired that way.
Now, as Garcia waits in jail to be sentenced, Deputy Rose says this should serve as a lesson to other fugitives hiding from the U.S. Marshals.
It's going to happen. There's no way that you can remain anonymous without someone identifying you, without you tripping up and making a mistake. Law enforcement's always going to be looking for you every step of the way, and if we get a free trip to Serbia or some other fun country, we'll take that.
And remember, fugitives can't hide from Fox San Antonio viewers. Jamie Virgen, Fox News at 9.
Around the world tonight, a new idea in South Africa to help little boys from falling into a life of drugs and crime relies on an old bond, the love between a dog and a child. Learning how to train them, how to play with them, and how to feed them, it's all part of a program called Funda Ninja, which means learn with the dog in Zulu. The program is dedicated to teaching children how to treat their dogs responsibly and respectfully, values they'll carry as they grow older. One little boy said, "I love my dog and he loves me."
Now, first warning weather with meteorologist Robert Luna.
And we started Sunday morning with some drizzle and fog, visibility down to a quarter mile at times. But then this afternoon saw a little bit of sunshine, temperatures 20 degrees above average. Felt more like April than what it does here in middle of February, late February, as we go towards the latter part of the week where things are going to change. Spring-like storm systems right now, 70 degrees World Car Weather Cam, mostly cloudy skies. These are temperatures that are, again, more that we see in April. Dew point at 58 degrees. That'll be climbing into the 60s, setting the stage for some heavy rainfall as we go through the coming days. But for now, all of Texas is much above normal as we got a good fetch of southeasterly winds coming in, and just about the entire state of Texas is going to see some rainfall as we go through the next few days. And again, the next 7 days, the pattern's not going to change much. Today, we saw a few isolated patches of some rain. Heaviest rain did occur. We saw about a quarter of an inch just north of Del Rio out towards the Rock Spring area. They stayed actually cooler with temperatures near 70 degrees while everybody else was near in the 80s. Cotulla up to 88 degrees. Well, our weather pattern is going to stay the same for the next 7 days, pretty much like a broken record. We're going to see one low after another. This is the next storm system coming our way with a good fetch of Pacific moisture, Gulf moisture at the lower levels of the atmosphere. And we're going to see some areas of heavy rain, maybe up to 3 inches of rain possible. First disturbance coming through tonight, but more towards the Del Rio area. Then we get into our rain pattern here in San Antonio as we go in towards Monday night, Tuesday. Heaviest rain will likely occur Tuesday night into Wednesday, as we're going to see a continuing series of disturbances. And then another one Thursday with some more rain possible. And we're going to stay in the clouds for the next 7 days. And even as we look at 10 to 20 days out, this weather pattern does not change, so not going to see much in the way of sunshine as we go in towards the next 7 days. But southeasterly winds coming in. Here comes all this Gulf moisture, dew points in the mid-60s, and then we're going to see those disturbances come through. And then one disturbance already coming through the Del Rio area, and they can see some thunderstorms out there as we go towards the midnight hour. Then we'll see another disturbance more towards the hill country. But then here comes the biggest disturbance Tuesday night into Wednesday. This is the one that's going to give us 1 to 2 inches of rain in a very short amount of time. And computer models again showing the heaviest rain right near the eastern part of the hill country out towards San Antonio. And again, we're watching that disturbance right there that could bring us some rain even as we go in towards tomorrow morning. So the morning commute, maybe some rain around 64 degrees. The afternoon, 80 degrees, maybe some sunshine, 20% chance of some rain. Extended forecast, rain chances go up all the way to 90% by Wednesday. Still very warm on that day. Then a front comes through. The latter part of the work week, temperatures drop into the 50s, but chances of rain each of the next 7 days.
All right, thanks a lot, Robert. Well, showcasing art and human ability. Coming up, where you can see this spectacular display that uses gallons of water. Plus, what if the government wiped away everyone's student loan debt? Why researchers say it's a proposal worth considering.
This is San Antonio's Fox News at 9.
Cirque Italia, the Italian water circus, made its debut today here in San Antonio. The aquatic spectacular used gallons of water to showcase an artistic blend of human abilities and technology.
Things like butterflies, dinosaurs, like magical creatures kind of thing, rather than lions and tigers and stuff like that. It's all human performance. We have contortionists and BMX riders, something for everyone.
This is the first American travel water circus in the world. Wiping away student debt. New research says the idea may be worth considering. According to the study, canceling student debt could reduce the unemployment rate by 0.3%. Researchers say forgiving debt won't drag the economy down since college degrees lead to higher incomes. But critics believe canceling debt may lead to people borrowing more, expecting that debt to be forgiven. Turning now to sports, Chuck is in Florida with the preview of Astros spring training. That's coming up in Max Sports. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fox News at 9.
All right, let's go out back live to breaking news on the northwest side where officials are investigating a shooting there. This all happening about 8:30 tonight at the Texas Roadhouse on Cinema Ridge near Loop 410. We can confirm now that 4 people have been taken to the hospital, 3 of them with life-threatening injuries and several more treated on the scene for a variety of things, some even treated for anxiety. It is still an active scene there. You see a lot of police and first responders. The area is still sealed off as police investigate and collect clues into what happened there. All right, and Robert's back with a final look at weather.
That humidity, well, it's going to lead to high moles the next few days, and that was the issue today. Moles in the high category. Oak showed up as well, but for tomorrow, 80-degree temperatures once again, about a 30% chance of rain any time of the day, and better rain chances as we go towards Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thanks a lot. And Hannah's here making me look short.
Hey, sometimes you gotta wear heels.
Yes.
I like my heels, especially this time of year. Hey, but we got a lot to talk about on Max Sports tonight, including the Astro spring training, but also Jarvion Williams in studio. Chuck is out in Florida, and we've got coverage of LaMarcus Aldridge at the NBA All-Star Game. We are everywhere. Plus, an emotional story you won't want to miss. David Chancellor tells us the story of Landon Noonan, who's fighting all the odds to become an athlete. All of that and more on Max Sports.